Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Talking About podcast. This is episode 28. As you can tell, for the visual viewers here, we are on a brand new set. And if you don't know what this is, underneath here, it says Late Night Vibes Talk Show and Podcast. Now, you're probably wondering, what is Late Night Vibes Talk Show and Podcast? Well, it's a podcast that I used to run a couple of years ago, and I ran until episode 27. And we actually have a returning guest this time, because this is episode 28. Episode 27, we had Dan Dude on Late Night Vibes, as well as myself. But Hyrule is a new guest, and we got Peter Evil, which is also a new guest. He's never been on Late Night Vibes either.
I've been on Late Night Vibes. Remember, I'm like on episode 14. That's where what image came from.
Hyrule's been on. What are you talking about?
Hyrule has. Talking about. Okay, whatever.
Anyway, isn't like
I was gonna say, okay, so we have this is myself, I'm Trev. We have RulezVT, we have Dan Dude VRM, we have Peter Evil 500. This is a crossover episode, so what better way to end off Late Night Vibes but become a guest on my own talk show? So, of course, we need to have a new guest take over. And the new guest here is my co-host, Hyrule XZ RulezVT of the What Are We Talking About podcast. He will be taking over the host seat and going from there. All right. Places, people, places. I gotta, before I get into this, Rules, I have to ask you a question here. Why do you have a can over your head?
Because I can do it, that's why.
Oh my Okay. All right.
You guys with your puns, oh my god.
I'm Trev, I gotta make a pun. Anyway.
I'm sure you've already planned this out here, so I'm kind of excited to see.
Questions.
Oh, you have questions. Oh, okay, this is cool.
So as we all know and stuff like that, you create Late Night Vibes and you've run it for at least a year and stuff.
I actually ran it I started that in 2021. It ran until 2020. So fun fact, this is actually season 3, episode 2. So this is the shortest season of this particular season of Late Night Vibes. So I had to listen back to the previous episode to figure out what the hell I actually said. And I was like, hey guys, welcome. This is season 3, episode 1. This is season 3, episode finale.
Oh my gosh. It's literally like a 2 episode.
It's a 2 episode season.
That's awesome. But season 3, episode 1, the next episode is the series finale. That's hilarious.
Which is funny because it also comes almost 2 years later than the previous episode.
That's yeah. But
so that's definitely something. And so that's the shortest season. Now I'm thinking, okay, what is the longest? Okay, so I decided to search up podcast facts to kind of see what kind of what the longest podcast in the world has for Guinness World Record. It's 153 hours. Could we do a podcast that is 154 hours flat to get a Guinness World Records? And it would be, what are we talking about? Could we imagine, what are we talking about for 154 hours?
No, I would cry. No, I could not do that.
There would be a crying portion of the podcast. Sure, we talk about our feelings and stuff.
Oh God,
it's like 7 days.
So have like a little therapy session.
I'm trying to. I see your pain now of being a single host. I'm trying to ask a single question. I keep interrupting.
God, this is gonna be something.
Anyway,
Trevor's gonna be like getting PTSD throughout this episode.
Oh my gosh, totally, 100%.
I'm about to have an aneurysm. Anyway, so Trev, what actually got you into making like podcasts and stuff? Like, what got you into this space? Into this?
God, I don't have the web. I need the website. Do I still have the website?
Oh my God! Are you? Okay, next thing you need is an AI right there. Oh my God.
Yeah, totally. I need an AI generator here. There was a website. Okay, so it started way back. So I used to play Minecraft. It was like religiously played Minecraft all the time. Like it was the only thing I ever did. That was like years before I found VRChat. And there was a group. It was called the Dead Workers Party, Dead Workers Mind Party or something. Dead Workers Party. It's a group based out of Huntsville, Alabama, and it's three friends who decided to put a podcast together about Minecraft. You can actually still find their episodes on YouTube. It's Dead Workers Party, Minecraft podcast. And I was kind of inspired with them to make a podcast about like random shit that was happening. So in the friend group that I was in at the time, we had set up a Minecraft podcast on the server, which was called the Alt Gaming server and Alt Gaming Minecraft server. And I was like, yeah, hey guys, let's set up a podcast. We can just talk about random games or different things that are happening and whatnot. And so they went ahead and they started a podcast without me. I had nothing to do with that. I gave them the idea, I gave them the name, I gave them everything, and they took it from me and they made their own podcast, which, by the way, flopped. But I've always wanted to do something, and then I came across VRChat in June of 2020, and I'm like, it'd be kind of cool to get a talk show. That'd be cool, like talk show podcast. And I was heavily inspired. But there's another channel, Late Night with Rebel, and I was inspired by Late Night with Rebel. They have that person who's been doing that has over 400 episodes. Yeah, I know. So I'm like, that'd be cool. It can't be that hard. So I'd start with we started this my one friend Mega 9, which I had on multiple times, and I had a few other friends on multiple times, and I kind of ran through the friend list of, hey, how many times can I get someone on here without it being boring? And then it just fell off because I don't know people, and I have anxiety when I'm trying to talk to new people about, hey, I have this thing. Want to be on it? I hardly know you. Want to be on it? So yeah, that's kind of why there's like a cold gap in it, and that's here we are. Here we are now.
Wait,
What?
I'll
What
go
happened?
with the story later. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, me and Trev, after we became friends and stuff, after a little bit of time, I've come to realize that he had a podcast named Late Night Vibes, and when I did figure that out, we talked a little bit about it and stuff, and he's like, hey, do you want to come on my podcast and stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I would love to come onto your podcast. And this is at the time to where I had a completely different, I didn't have my own custom model. I used a different one, and then, of course, nothing is working. So let me find it real quick. I don't really have it because I didn't really plan this. Do I still even have the model? Probably.
You didn't plan this? I'm sorry, you didn't plan a What Are We Talking About episode crossover with Late Night Vibes? Nothing was planned? So you know what I hate about that model?
What do you hate about that model?
A certain big VTuber by the name of, that starts with F, is using that model and has claimed it as their own, and it has their own merch and everything on said model.
I was just about to say.
Or so they claim.
I'm not gonna name names because that's gonna get me in hot water. But yeah.
Yeah, I really know this person.
Like literally,
I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, so yeah. But I was that type of model and stuff, and we actually have the image in our studio over there in the corner and stuff, and that was actually with my old girlfriend. So it was cool.
Oh my god, you had a girlfriend? Holy shit.
Wait, you had a girlfriend?
Yeah, this is news to me.
Yeah, I had a relationship once in my life, yes. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not. Wait, Gap? 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 Okay. What is happening?
Welcome to hell, Hyrule. Welcome to hell.
See, now you know what it's like to be a host. You got to deal with all the bullshit.
So, Trev, in your opinion and stuff, what was your biggest achievement on Late Night Vibes? Like, what was the grand thing?
The grand thing was to get TFM Johnny on the podcast. That was the only grand thing. It never happened. It never happened. And I kept psyching myself up by putting his posters and stuff into all my worlds because I'm like, one day it will happen. Anyway. It did.
It did, but on a
besides
different
that,
talk show.
Like, I guess this will be like to rephrase that and stuff. Like, what do you think besides trying to get him onto the podcast was your second biggest moment?
Oh God. My biggest second. Okay, like as like a highlight or what?
What do you think was like? Oh, this is like a thing of saying, "Oh, I made it," or of like this is like the reason.
I don't have it, but I'm thinking of a highlight episode, which would be the U.S. Smarties versus Canadian Smarties.
I was going to say, what's your favorite episode? And I bet, and I was going to say,
yeah, that's my favorite episode. That is my favorite episode. So yeah, Canadian. For those who don't know, Canadian Smarties is different than U.S. Smarties. U.S. Smarties are called Smarties. Canadian Smarties are not called Smarties, but they're a completely different thing. And Canadian or U.S. Fuck, I'm confusing myself now. I'm gonna put the meme over my head with like numbers and shit.
Okay, this is what Trev's trying to say. In the U.S., the Smarties are like these chalk-like candy type things, but in Canada they're called Rockets. And
yes.
At one point in time, he had two guests on, which we actually had one of them on. What are you talking about? Which was Zell, and we had another person who's going to be a future guest, by the way.
It actually was not Zell. It was. You're close because their name did start with Z. No, but their name was Zap 105 and then Mega 9.
But Zell was there too, wasn't he?
No.
I thought he was.
I'm sorry that you think that all big mummy titted milky people are.
Because I remember it being like I thought it was Zell and. Am I having a Mandela effect right now?
Yes, you are.
I think you are.
Yep.
Is this like the Berenstain Bears moment for me?
Oh God, the Berenstain Bears. That's where the timeline split, right?
Yeah, this is where my timeline split is now.
I'm trying to find it. So see if I can find it here because it's a really good. It's something. I made a short with it. Fun fact with that short, I made the short into it, and then I wanted to submit something to the New Year's World because I wanted to get like Late Night Vibes into something, and they watched it. They're like, yeah, we can't use this because the avatars being used are sexualized because apparently it was too much for big mommy milkers. Yeah,
they were being sexualized.
Yeah.
In other words, think of G as general audience.
Yes. Copy that link.
That's Dan's foot. So I thought there was a random slipper under the under the couch, and I was like, "Why is there a slipper under the couch?"
Oh yeah. So the fun fact: this is the same couch from the other set. I had to pull it out of storage here. I haven't cleaned it, so it does contain various amount of goodies. Entertain them. You're the host.
Anyway,
ask the other people questions.
I guess we're going to ask something to Peter and to Dan. I don't know. I don't think you ever was on Late Night Vibes. Were you? I don't think you were.
But I was not because. But like. I wasn't because when Trev was doing Late Night Vibes, that was like way before I met him. Like, I did tell the story on WAWTA podcast, but I didn't meet Trev over here until like on my birthday, December 31st, 2022. And that was like around the time Trev was wrapping up Late Night Vibes. So that was like way before I met him.
So how did you meet me? And actually, that's probably a good story. How did you run into me?
So basically, like, I did mention this on the podcast before, but to sum it up, I went to Voldemort's, near the end of 2022, like in December. And so I met a mutual of ours, Jess, on December 14th. And after weeks of talking to him, yes, I am. Boop. So after weeks of talking to him, I remember he filmed me on the inside joke of like the flower Johnny meme, and so like he was telling me about it. Then
okay, the flower Johnny meme. Oh yeah.
So
damn, is hot. Anyway.
So fun fact about that episode. So I was re-listening to some of the earlier episodes of WAWTA just to like see kind of like different things we had talked about. And there was something I had mentioned that I wanted to do. I wanted to do a David Attenborough video of David Attenborough reading the AI, like the Johnny AI Flower Girl thing.
But I guess I can ask something to Peter and to Dan. What's y'all's favorite?
I was about to say, did you want me to wrap my story before you continued?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry,
I'm so
what
sorry.
are we
I thought you
rubbing?
finished. My bad. I'm Trev. You're Hyrule.
Oh, look at me. I'm a pretty princess, and I like being a cat girl on the internet because I like clout.
He's Trev. I'm Hyrule. Never mind. We're switching back.
And also, I'm Hyrule. I
Anyway,
like the
Peter.
glue.
No, that's old Hyrule. He's dead. Okay, I put him in my basement.
Oh, are you feeding him cardboard too?
No. Oh my gosh, this is kidding.
This is actually fun. I like being a guest for a change. This is honestly kind of fun. I totally understand why people love just like being a guest on a talk show. Just talk about random shit and then just irritate the host.
I'm just trying to keep it. Oh, my hands broke. Oh no. So, Peter, do you want to finish your story about how you met Trev?
Oh.
Because
Yeah. So like I was saying, so just fill me in on the Flower Girl Johnny joke, and like I actually seen Trev and Hyrule over here on Hangouts before, but when I started, I didn't really know anybody because it was around the time where my social anxiety was at peak. But so I saw these two, but I didn't really interact with them. But then I found Jess, and he filled me on the Flower Girl Johnny joke, and then Jess started talking to me about Trev over here and how much of a nice guy he was, and he was just like, hey, next time you see Trev in VR chat, just tell him Flower Girl Johnny and he'll get the joke. And so it was around my birthday, December 31st in 2022. So I hop into this one more with a friend of mine, and so as luck would have it, Trevor was also there. He actually joined in, and he immediately sees me. He comes up, and he's just like, hey, remember that Jess guy and the Flower Girl Johnny? And he also told me about the Flower Girl Johnny joke, and me and him shared a laugh at it, and then within minutes later, he sent me a friend request, and that's how I ran into Trev right here.
Yo, that's cool. Yeah, it's funny that the Flower Girl Johnny thing will just go down in history, because that was the greatest moment. I honestly think that was the greatest moment of WAWTA so far this season.
Okay, you know what? How about we go down? So, Dan, how did you meet Trev? Because I've always kind of curious about that.
I was in Public Worlds trying to look for content, and I was doing, I don't know, quick skits, soundboard stuff, and then I see this guy with all this purple and greenish glow that he's actually wearing right now.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Except they were long skits from other comedy sites or something. I don't know. It was what is this guy? So it was okay. I guess we were at it with a bunch of soundboard stuff and all the other stuff. So.
There was a clip where Dan walked into a room where I was doing something in the corner and someone was planking, and this was in I don't know what the hell world it was.
So there used to be this thing, right? I won't kind of go into it because there is a complicated it did have some drama. There was a complicated situation that happened, and it just dissipated, right? But it was a whole bunch of people can go and hang out. It was really cool. It starts with a T.
Oh, are we talking about the place where we drink all the tea in the House of Horrors?
Oh my good gosh.
Well, it's out there now.
At that time, I was super shy. I was very, very I had a lot of social anxiety. I didn't really talk to a lot of people.
And look at you, now you're the host of a great podcast.
Let me finish! Anyway, so... I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna lose my train of thought. I can't believe
Sorry. I just fucked up. I fucked up.
What'd you do?
I had everyone's audio muted in Obi.
Oh my god, you did it again!
Oh, and there goes Dan.
So that means I gotta pull the audio off the VOD. No, there's no VOD because Twitch doesn't save a VOD. No!
So we got to do it all over again.
Please tell me, for the love of God, it just hasn't been Trev talking this entire time on his end.
It's been me talking the entire time. It's literally me talking the entire time. All right, welcome. This is episode 28 of WAWTA. This is a crossover episode of WAWTA and Late Night Vibes. We have switched up here, and we have RulezVT as host, and we have Dan doing Peter Evil. Wait, are we actually
literally this massive thing?
Wait. Are we? Or is this actually a reset?
I don't know. I'm confused. You know what? I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to go back to my story I was talking about, how I met Trev. Just, you know what? If you missed it, you missed it. I don't care. Anyway, how it happened was that there was this club that that a lot of people went to, that people can go hang out. It was like, actually there was some people that were like,
what was the favorite drink of the club? What kind of stuff did they have? What did they serve?
oh my good gosh, I swear to God, it was apple juice. Anyway, so
now could you turn that into a tea?
So, oh my good gosh, Trev, I'm about to come over there and choke you, and you're the guest. Did you just say kinky?
Yes, I did.
He said kinky.
I was going to say something along the lines of, tie me up, Daddy.
Oh my God.
Choke me
I'm
harder,
about to
Daddy.
cry. All I just want to do is tell my little story about how I met my best friend in this game. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay? How I met him was that there was this like one section to where, and I was kind of shy at this point in time, so I didn't really talk to a lot of people. But they had like a spot to where it was like these two big hot tubs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole bunch of people in this one hot tub, and I don't know why, I just decided to just kind of go over there. There's like this group of people like in this hot tub, right? And so I just walk up there and I go over, and then all of a sudden this one guy, he's like, yeah, so my girlfriend doesn't like the taste of penis and stuff, so that's why I put peanut butter on my dick so she can give me head about better. And I just kind of stopped and looked. I just looked down the road.
So the clip was actually, I was dating this girl this one time, and she couldn't get past the taste of head, so I wrapped my dick with an airhead.
Airhead, that's what it was. I couldn't fully remember, but yeah, that's how we met.
That's how we met. That's how that.
Stop.
This is so chaotic.
Damn sus thing. I hate it. But that's how we met. And I will say, to this day, was probably like one of the best days ever that happened to me.
So,
because I met an amazing person.
Okay.
Trev.
What?
I met an amazing person.
Okay.
An amazing friend, and a super kind and giving individual.
Who did that?
So when I go across your bridge that has a glass floor, because I hate that, I can shove you forward.
I swear to God, if we go to there and you shove me forward, I am literally.
Oh, so you don't like
turning
heights
around.
either. You do not like heights either. Cool. I looked at that
Where
video.
was I going with that?
I looked at that video and I'm like, I have anxiety watching people go over this. I hate it. I cannot. Nope.
I think I've been up. I haven't been over that bridge, but I've been up there. What's really funny is when you go, because it's like a ski lift, right? When you get up there.
Yep.
And when you get to the very top, there's images of like people who did it before. And I vividly remember this one image. It's like a guy and a girl, and the girl like She has a bra on, but she has her shirt lifted up and stuff. And I'm like, And I'm like sitting there like studying this photo.
Oh, you're studying the titties.
I'm just like, okay, let me like vividly remember this.
You have to show me that.
But yeah, it's like that. I don't know if it's still there or not, but because it's been years. We should rename this. We should just rename this podcast to Hyrule Has an Aneurysm. Anyway,
that sounds like a good title for the episode.
So,
that sounds like a great title. That's the title. Thank you.
But what I asked was, what is one of your biggest obstacles to come over on Late Night Vibes?
The biggest obstacle.
What do you think was the most challenging thing?
Okay, so my biggest challenge, I guess, God, this feels like an interview. I feel like I'm like applying to some job here and I'm being like judged for all my shit that's happening.
It is an interview. You're the guest. What do you want me to do? To be like, oh yeah, the New York Mets are pretty good. Do you want me to do that? I don't know if the New York Mets are good. I don't watch baseball or football, whatever it is.
Anyway, no. Okay, so yeah, big challenging thing is I am fun as much as so we've done 28 episodes, technically 29 of WAWTA, because there's episode 0. As you know, I'm not a people person. I have sometimes difficulty trying to talk and make discussions and stuff. Like if I go to a public instance in VR chat, or am sitting in a Discord with a bunch of randos in Discord and whatnot, and I'm like, I'm not gonna really chime into the conversation because people are just, I feel like they're gonna judge me for saying something stupid. And so I just don't bother. That's kind of my biggest thing.
Not to interrupt you and something like that, but just to kind of go back to the episode, because I know we talk about Johnny a lot anyways. So it's like, oh, wow, that's a new thing. But anyway, on that episode, at the very end of it, after everything, Trev was talking to me, and he's like, yeah, so I had to have like several windows up because he was sitting over there because I was so nervous. And as the podcast went on, I minimized more video and like more windows for him to see Johnny sitting over there because he was so nervous, and for him to get comfortable and stuff. And I'm glad you did, because
I even got the courage
was one of my favorite
episodes. I got the courage after the fact, just DM him on Discord, finally, not for like a Kay's Cooking or Henry's Kitchen video, but for a to send him the Flower Girl Johnny. And I was contemplating so long. I put the image in there. I'm like, do I send this? Do not send it. He did say he wanted to show his wife, but do I send it because like yeah. And then I pressed okay, and then I immediately closed the DM, and I'm like, I haven't looked at it since.
He probably did at this point. I need to ask him if he did. But so it's pretty much, you want to say it's like talking to people.
Yeah, talking to people.
Like the social anxiety.
And that's kind of why I feel like WAWTA works really well, because we can ping pong off of each other about all the stupid shit.
Yeah,
and that's why it works.
Say, it's like, do you think that WAWTA helps you in that
100%.
type of sense?
Yeah.
I think it has.
Yeah. Totally.
So I think, because I've seen you grow as a person.
Well, the
stuff.
thing with WAWTA too, we've been consistent at it for 6 months, basically a week for the most part every week. There's been a few weeks where we skipped, but whereas Late Night Vibes, this would be episode 28 for Late Night Vibes. Between this one and the last episode was almost 2 years.
A year, yeah.
Almost 2 years.
2 years.
Like 18 months or something. It's right. So that kind of shows. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Where did it go? It's like someone just zapped it, like they pointed a remote at me and they zapped it on my head, and I don't know what it was saying.
Damn,
I was drawing a blank.
Your train of thought, you didn't lose it. It crashed. That's what happened. Like, I literally watched you crash in IRL.
Yeah,
crashed in real time.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
Talk about it as do-it-yourself scuffed.
Oh my gosh. But yeah. What's another question?
I don't know if I can continue with this, to be honest. Oh, there's a ding.
So, this could probably be an everyone question, or something. Yeah, I'll reword it a little bit. And I'll answer this question too. What is your favorite part of like the whole content curation?
I feel like
Is it like doing the episode
Curation or creation?
I was gonna say, I feel like that's a Dan episode. He's been streaming for like 4 years now, right? How many years have you been on Twitch? 5 years.
5.
Well, you make
so when I first
we make stuff too.
I was gonna say, when I first ran into you, like when you started doing the streaming stuff, you're like, "Oh, I dual stream on YouTube and Twitch and everything like that." And I was checking it out. I'm like, you at that point, you were only streaming for like 2 years, and you still only had 1 or 2 viewers. I'm like, holy shit, what the hell is this guy doing? Like he does it all the time. He's consistent, but holy shit, he's consistent. Anyway, that's all I can say with that. But I mean, I look at it now.
To be on top of the stuff, the SEC and more. So that's why.
And your numbers are definitely up, but I feel like it's just because you've met all of us and you kind of networked a little bit with that.
Well, yeah, I've been networking because of the X fiasco, and everybody's moving over to Blue Sky right now. Even The Guardian, it was just a known news source, has quit using X, former Twitter, and now they're going to be moving to Blue Sky, I believe. So that's why.
Yeah, there's a lot of people moving to Blue Sky.
If Blue Sky,
by all means, I love that.
Had a similar like thing, like similar to like how Discord has Nitro and whatnot, where you're not paying for anything particular. It's just kind of like a highlight, not a highlight, but like just like a thing for your profile or whatever. I'd probably pay for that because like they're a good service. But then we got Dan over here subscribing to X Premium or whatever the hell to get the blue check mark. So
I just canceled my subscription, and so I'll be seeing
congratulations
the blue check mark on December 6th for the very last time. So yeah, I am not going to support disinformation and monopolizing. So with this twisted TOS other bullshit, hell no. I'm not following this dumbass who bought it 2 years ago. Fuck him. I am done with him. He's gone. That's it. We got to move on to Blue Sky, where everything is kind of pretty much balanced and moderated, and we have lots of fun.
I was going to say, what you're saying is you're moving to Blue Sky. Let that sink in. You had a question for Peter.
Did I?
Yes, you were about to ask him why he's a sexy furry.
Clip it. You have no one else to blame besides yourself. You literally walked into that one.
I did.
You fell into your own trap, Trev.
I did. Oh yeah, to answer your first question, the reason I started Late Night Vibes is because I had listened to a podcast when I was I used to be a big Minecraft buff. And when I did Minecraft, there was a podcast I listened to. It was called the Dead Workers Party Minecraft Podcast, and they were based out of Huntsville, Alabama.
Did your brain just stop for a couple of minutes and just been like, oh yeah, by the way, here's the first question you asked about 35 minutes ago?
Oh, another fun fact. We should make a really long podcast.
We're not doing the 152-hour podcast.
No,
we're not doing the 152-hour podcast.
To beat the Guinness World Records right now is 153 hours.
But I have to work.
You have to take a week off work.
I have a job. You think I'm going to take a whole week off work just to shit around in this game?
Well, who's going to take over? I'll say I'll hire someone to sleep for me. Who
says we're going to sleep?
But who's going to host while you sleep?
You think I'm going to sleep?
So, this is kind of an out-of-pocket left field question, but you know how you go to a restaurant, and sometimes they have those QR codes for like scanning for a menu or whatever? Have you ever thought about taking taking a photograph of the QR codes, printing them out, and then taking them to a different restaurant and then taping them to the tables so you can react to people wondering what the hell is happening?
Or like, cause it's super easy to, what the heck? There, you a ghost?
going to say the audio listeners are going to be very confused about what is happening.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, at that point in time. Yeah, that's very, very true. I did a backflip. Woo!
Oh my god.
I
Don't
can't
hurt yourself
cheer.
over the
He
rules.
did a backflip, but it wasn't actually
look
a
at
backflip.
that.
What? I'm not gonna hurt myself. Look, I'll be fine. I'm gonna do it again. Watch this.
That sounded... Yep, it sounded like he broke something. Alright,
Sounds like a certain VTuber who starts with an F.
It kind of reminds me of this one person at the Black Hat. I'm going to do a backflip from real knife. Okay, be careful. All of a sudden, he slams himself right into the bookcase.
Gosh. I can't wait to watch the podcast at that point in time.
that was something. Also, Dan, I'd like to ask, where did you find a sparkler in the couch?
Sparkler?
Wait,
I
what?
don't know.
Yeah, he found a sparkler. There was a
sparkler?
sparkler in
Wow.
the couch. Yeah, right here.
See? There. See? Look.
It's already on too.
cool, isn't it?
Wait, is our couch so like? Is there so much like friction on the couch that you can light it?
Yes. It's so dirty.
gosh.
It
Wow.
can happen. It's combustible.
We gotta sand that. What? Peter just found a random dog under the couch. What the hell?
Actually, no. This is part of my avatar. It's
It's
a
yeah,
plushie.
you found this weird thing at the couch. That's so weird. Anyway, see, I told you I haven't cleaned this thing
Yeah.
in like 3
This
years.
is part of my avatar.
Anyway, yes. Okay.
I wonder
fact,
what else is inside this couch.
Fun fact: I actually named this plushie after one of my friends.
Whoa! There's sparkling water in this couch.
It's
Who
not
even
sparkling
knew?
water. It's expired
Here,
Pepsi.
hand me that. I'm gonna do a thing.
No, you know what
No,
it is?
but anyway.
It's
But anyway,
You know,
I like to say
Diet
to a word to our sponsors, which is called sparkling water. It's the greatest water around.
No, that's
Drink
just
it today.
bath water.
Use our code TFMJohnny at glitchenergy.com to get your free sparkling water today.
Shut up and take my money.
Exactly,
Okay,
Fry.
Fry.
Also, another podcast thing that we have as well is sparkling water, which is our great sponsor that we have today of all time and everywhere. They give us so much money, it does not even believe. Why do you think we have a basement for a studio? Because we are sponsored by sparkling water. Also, please call the number that you see on screen today to get your free sparkling water today for only a cheap price of $19.95, because you get another sparkling water. Anyway, thank you
It's just over there
for
questioning his
listening
life
to my
existence.
public announcement for, guess what? Diet Pepsi. Anyway, let's go back to the podcast. Whoa! Did you burp?
Forget Foxy Lemonade. We have Hyrule's Gamer Girl bathwater.
Look, if I ever had an energy drink, I'm calling it one thing and one thing only, and it's going to be called Sasquatch Piss. That'll be awesome.
I don't
So
know.
awesome,
that's already like a thing
Monsters again,
trademark,
haven't
so-
ya?
So I was looking at one of our.
Well, I was going to say, that's already a thing.
So I think like episode 1 or 2 or something, we were talking about like what we would put on a T-shirt if we had merchandise, and one of the things was "I gotta pee," which is that one. That's definitely a T-shirt.
I gotta pee.
Another T-shirt is "You never experience life without licking your own asshole." That's another really good one.
No, the quote doesn't do it. It's like you never experience life unless you licked your own asshole. Okay, you know what? Are we going to go through all my quotes that I've ever said
So
over
that's
the
a pretty
years?
good quote. I feel like
It's
that'd be
like,
good.
look, we got.
That'd be good on like a mug or something.
Yeah, my friends will
Mug?
do that to me. I can already see it
Oh,
now.
okay.
Like they'll probably like I've
Well,
already had like
there's-
one recent quote, which I probably asked is like, could you actually please get this on a mug? So anyway, so my friends, we've had them on the podcast before, on What Are We Talking
Yes,
About?
Huey-
And one of them
Huey,
actually
Louie, and
listens to
Lewis.
us constantly. They're not ducks.
Duck, duck, go.
But But anyway, they listen to one of them listens to the podcast.
You know what's funny about this episode? This is how chaotic Late Night Vibes was almost every week when I did it. It was just a random bunch of shit that was all over the place. And WAWTA is
nothing's changed.
I'm gonna be honest, WAWTA is a little bit more linear. We actually have topics and we're talking about stuff. This is literally just a Late Night Vibes episode. This is like how the whole thing would be.
But
it's the ultimate crossover episode.
I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's working, so it's good. Anyway, so
it's working. Yay!
One of my friends, he listened actually to the podcast a lot and stuff. But they had their own YouTube channel that I'm a part of as well. And we was recording an episode, and I was in the middle of our conversation and stuff with like one of my friends, and I can't remember how we was talking about something. Like life goals or something like that, right? And I'm like, I don't get the point of life goals and stuff. You know, I just don't. You know what I do every single day? And he's like, what? I jack off and make masters. I jack off and make music or something like that. It was just off the wall type thing. And I'm like, damn, I should not said that when we were recording a video.
Wow.
That's also a good T-shirt.
There is
if
a lot
we
of
had
good
a
titles.
T-shirt there, I'm sure your friend would buy that and have you just like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah, I swear, I think if we have merch, it's going to be a lot of my quotes, and I'm going to be crying because it's going to be like, oh, that's what I'm going to be known for. I'm going to be known for the stupid shit that I've said over the years. There's already like some, because I don't know if I should announce this or not. Well, there's that too, and then the story about my mom. But
yes. So the situation with your mom. So we just need like a T-shirt that says "I'm a shitty man."
Oh yeah. Okay. No, let me explain. Let me explain this. So my mom, she doesn't. That is a really good one. So she watched the first episode of WAWTA, and she watched like you know, a good little bit of it, and there's like one problem that she had out of it and stuff, because she was like, hey, I don't really like your podcast too much. I'm like, what? Okay, but why? You know, so I wanted some like honest feedback. And she's like, well, you said that you were like a shitty man or something like that. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. And I'm like, what do you mean that what I'm a shitty man? She's like, I don't think I said that at all. And so, you know, she pulls up the episode and we're watching it and stuff. I'm like, well, where do I said that? It's like, I know I said like, I'm Johnny Knoxville and welcome to Jackass or something like that. Cause you know, it's me. I just say random stuff. And, and it went up to it and Trevor asked me like a question and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I'm a shit poster. That's what I said. And she thought it meant something else. So I had to explain what shit posting means to my mom.
That's good.
So yeah, that's what. And then I don't think she's ever really like watched another episode since then.
I mean, that's fair. I wouldn't.
But it is kind of glad. Well, and also too, it's like she is older and stuff, and that's not really where our demographic is. So I understand, but But I'm glad that she said she does support me about it. She asks me about the podcast a lot, and I tell her.
So I was playing with my plushie over here. I didn't hear what you said.
I thought you was going to say something completely different. Anyway,
something hot milfs in your area.
Hyrule, what do you think I was going to say? I was playing with my pussy over here.
No. That hit me like a truck.
This is the most age-rated episode ever, even though we all rate these age-rated. But oh man, this is a spicy one.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh
yeah,
it is. Don't say that.
Spicy. Just put some more of it.
Don't say that. Please no.
What were we saying before?
You know what? Sorry, you said put more on it. And immediately thought of the pour some more sugar on me. Pour some sugar on me. Anyway, sorry.
We got content claimed, but that was funny.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, you know, you're a sugar daddy.
Sugar on me.
Sorry, who's the sugar daddy?
You are.
But he's poor.
Wait. Sorry. Dan, repeat that. I am Dan's sugar daddy?
Oh my gosh. Don't give him an ego. You suck.
I'm not gonna say anything to that. I was gonna say something anyway. Sorry. Do either of you two, since you are the guests and this is basically being a chaotic back and forth, do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, why are you putting away the late night talk show? Late Night Vibes World. Why are you giving the final send-off?
I was confused as to what Peter was reaching for. Anyway,
But I have like a little notebook down. I wrote questions over here. Don't worry, I wasn't trying to reach around your legs. You do have some nice thighs on you, though.
Hey yo! This is what are we talking about after dark? Yo!
man, I love the idea of having that as like a spin-off. Can you imagine having a podcast about WAWTA? Like it wouldn't be a podcast of WAWTA, it'd be about WAWTA.
This is a dumb title, but it could be like, "What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Yeah, what
are we talking about?" Like it's like a question.
Welcome to the longest podcast name ever.
So it's like a question, right? Say like, "What are we talking about?" But then. And then the next sentence says, "What are we?" It's like about space. What are we talking about? Like it's answering the question.
So okay, back to Dan's question. So I wanted to like continue Late Night Vibes, but I just lost motivation for it. And then when Hyrule's like, "Hey, you want to start a podcast?" Like, I want to start a podcast. I don't even know how that topic came up. I think at one point you're like, "I want to start a podcast."
So what happened?
Okay.
Well, I think how this all really happened was that there was one time we was at a hangout and stuff, and you was there, and we was talking and stuff, and you were like, "Oh, I really want like it." It's like you kind of went like, "Oh, I really want to keep Late Night Vibes going because I'm really enjoying it and stuff."
Yeah,
but I can't do it by myself, and it was just really getting to you at that point in time.
That's kind of
And what I told Trev was, like, I've always wanted a podcast because I thought it would be like really, really cool to do. And I've always kind of liked them. I never really sat down and listened to them. I've started listening to a lot more now than I have.
We've come a long way since episode 0.
But it's like, we have been.
Well,
but,
definitely.
And this is for like the WAWTA fans and stuff. This is how we got the name. And so Trev's like, "Yeah, that's really good and stuff, but what will we call it?" And I wasn't paying attention, and I'm like, "Wait, what are we talking about?" And he's like, "That's it. That's the title.
Right there. That's the title." It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, that's how we got the title. Was I was not paying attention, and that's the first thing that I said, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." And yeah,
that was the biggest problem with Late Night Vibes. I didn't know what the hell to call it, and I'm like, okay, well, this is gonna be like a late night talk show, kind of similar to like Late Night with Rebel is kind of what I was playing off of, unfortunately, because that style.
I would laugh so hard if you call it Late Night with Trev.
I was going to call it that, but I'm like, this is too similar to Late Night with Rebel, so I'm like, I gotta call it something else. Because there can't be too many. I'm pretty sure there's other late night podcasts, but or talk shows.
Oh, sure,
well, there's a lot of them that probably say like, Late Night of Intername here.
Trevady on Late Night Vibes.
Man, that would have been amazing to have every episode. But yeah, no, and I'm gonna reference Late Night with Rebel because they've been doing over 400 episodes, but they don't broadcast any other stuff on podcast platforms. They only ever stream it and then post the VODs on YouTube. That's all they do, right? Whereas I feel like Late Night Vibes kind of reached a wider audience, and WAWTA definitely has reached a wider audience because we are on all the podcasting platforms as well as YouTube podcasts as well. So, and we're kind of more podcast oriented, whereas my thing was a talk show, and well, you know me, I don't do talk all that well or questions or anything. That's kind of what was happening.
And obviously I don't either, but
I was getting kind of burnt out on it because I was like, okay, basically what was happening is it was turning into a chore, and for me, if something starts turning into a chore, I got to sit back and figure out ways to either change it or potentially just quit it altogether, kind of thing.
Give up and then stuff it, huh?
It's kind of what happened there. So it just became too much of a chore to keep maintain and keep going and whatnot. So, but I feel like with WAWTA, like we're technically already past episode 20. So with Late Night Vibes, I did 27 episodes. WAWTA, this would be episode 29 if we're counting episode 0.
Yeah.
So we're already
and
ahead.
This was our goal episode too.
This was a goal episode too. It's like to beat Late Night Vibes.
So,
well, we've had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, and then that's like,
and different ideas of making things work and whatnot.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with y'all and stuff. I'll tell you this, Trev. If you get burnt out, I'm still getting WAWTA. Like, I was like, bye-bye, it's mine now. Like,
oh shit! No, it's good. No, I'll keep going. Some weeks, some days, I'm like, oh, I'm tired of work and shit. I'm just like, we'll do a break here or there, but but that's why
I love
that's why there's the buffer
yeah.
with the episodes, like between live and not live. So like Friday's episode will actually be last week's episode because of bufferness stuff. So if we skip a week,
I will say I think WAWTA's the best thing.
It's sitting in the queue
that we ever done.
Yeah, it's the best thing we've ever done. So my goal is to get a poster. The VR Chat New Year's World is looking for people for posters for various content around VR Chat, and I definitely am going to come up with a poster. Either get someone to do like some art or something for that. I think would be cool, and submit that off.
Oh, cool.
So
very cool.
I've always want one photo. If I can get one photo of WAWTA, it's what it is. It's where you're sitting over here, right? And we're sitting in our normal chairs and stuff. You're over here in like a normal talking pose. I'm in the most of like, Trev, what the hell did you just talk about? Like type thing. I think that would sum it up in one image.
one of the things they're like, oh yeah, we also have 13 booths available this year, and if you have an idea for a booth, you could totally submit that too. And I'm like, what if we, not this set, but the previous set, like our standard one, put that as a booth?
Yes,
I don't think,
but you have to keep it under like a certain limit. I'm gonna say, you do know that, right?
Yeah, we got to keep it under a certain limit. I don't think we're big enough to have our own booth yet.
I know, but if we do, and we can get our own booth, God, that would be so funny.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do the poster,
but we'll do. Yeah, let's keep it small because we're also trying to get into VCAT.
Yeah, we're talking about trying to get into VCAT. We missed out on the winter one, but it's always next year. So
yeah, I think because we kind of ran out of time and stuff because it was like, but hopefully we can start like planning for next year and stuff. Which it would be really cool to be in the summer one. I think it would be pretty neat to have like a little like VCAT booth or something. And I think how you could do it too is that you don't really need a lot. All you really do need is like the logo and the 2 chairs. Like really.
We don't need a cam system. We just use like your regular cams or whatever. But
because I think at that point in time, if we do get a VCAT booth, we gotta do a public episode.
Oh, well, we go
to a public world. We go to that booth and we do an episode right there, and anything goes. I cannot wait till people just throwing slurs.
I was gonna say, what would be fun with that too is you wouldn't have a guest on it. You'd just be like doing it. Any passerby would be like, "Hey, you want to just say something here while you're here?" And then they'd be on their merry way and rinse and repeat.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love it.
Yeah. Peter, do you have a question? Because I know you wrote down some questions.
Yeah, that's why I was reaching over, because I have like a couch right here that I'm currently like kicking right here, and so like that's why I was reaching for. But let's say, like, the first one was like what inspired you to make Late Night Vibes. You already answered that one. But I will ask, what would you consider to be your most cursed episode ever on Late Night Vibes?
My most cursed.
That's a really good question.
My most cursed episode.
Good question.
Because I remember there was like a couple episodes where you had wife on and llama.
Yeah, wife is pretty cursed. He always comes up with.
We gotta get wife on.
Yeah, he's got some very interesting avatars and stuff. I want to get Mega Knight on too because he was my OG guest I had day one. With that as well.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
So that'd be cool.
And there's some people I'm gonna message on our break too. So we're gonna get some other big people. There's one more big person I can talk to.
What?
Big person, huh?
Are you talking about Puck?
Like this tall?
No, not. I do need a message. I will try to do that too.
Okay.
But no, I'm talking about Thea.
Oh my.
Because I do want.
I just got chill.
You
okay.
know.
I know.
Because you know what's gonna happen on that episode. We're telling her the story, and I'm going to be crying in laughter. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. That's going to be a really fun episode. But also too, I'm going to also do. I'm also going to propose something. So I had to figure out how we're going to do it and stuff.
What? You have a girlfriend?
So she kind of has like a podcast thing as well.
A talk show.
So she does these things. Yeah, she does like this thing to where every month she does like a big event type thing. I'm going to ask her. I would be like, hey. I know we're not really big or anything like that, but would you do like a VIP like event thing for us? So to where we do a WAWTA episode with a live audience with her, and then we do like the interview with that. Yeah, I think it would be. Yeah, I think that would be really interesting.
Yeah, we might have to move out of this basement here for next season and move on to an actual stage.
No, we go smaller. So we go, instead of we went to a basement, we went to a storage unit.
No, I'm thinking porta potty.
Wait, what? Porta potty? Okay, I'm confused.
A porta potty?
Yeah.
That's not a storage unit.
We gotta do the pigeon episode. I know this is like a completely random topic, but we gotta do the pigeon one. Did I tell you about the pigeon episode?
The pigeon episode.
This one's a lot of behind the scenes.
Oh
yeah, so I had an idea.
Uh-huh.
You know how we talked about pigeons with hats?
Yep.
And you know how there's a pigeon model?
Yep.
What if we took the two, we both get a pigeon model, right? Mm-hmm. And we put on these assets, like the ears. Oh, God, here it comes.
That's what she said?
So now I can explain. So like, can you imagine like my hair and like the two ears and stuff right here? And then yours with the hat and the two ears and the hair? I think it would be hilarious. And we go to like a big world that has, it's like New York City or something like that. And we just have the podcast as pigeons. And we can just talk about like, last week the bread was so good. I cannot believe it. It was balling, dude.
I wonder if Late Night with Rebel is still a thing, if they're still doing.
Oh, I wonder. I don't know. I might have to. I'll look into that. We'll see, because I think Rebel will be really cool to get on as well. But also, I want to get like Finn's on. I want to get Lucifer on. I want to get Lolith on.
We have
the
big
person
plans
that
for
would be so awesome to have Lolith on.
Season 1 has been kind of our discovery, trying to figure out who we are, what we're trying to do, where we're going with it, because we had a lot of ideas at first of how we're going to have this play out and everything. And this has been good. So season 2, we got to go bigger. Go bigger, go home, Anyway.
We'll probably go home.
Probably go home. Anyway, we are getting kind of long here. And do you want to do the outro?
Okay, well, anyway. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you for coming back to Late Night Vibes with Trevady and stuff. I am your host, Trevady. And thank you, and have a good one.
Yes, this will be the last final episode of.
Welcome, guys, back to. Wait, oh shit! I went back way too far. Wait, I went back way too far on that one. I said welcome. Yeah, I meant to say thank you. Thank you guys for watching another episode of WAWTA. Thank you for watching another episode of WAWTA. Awesome episode. Thank you so much. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Do the thing what you do on Spotify, do the thing you do on Apple, you know, do all that fun stuff. You can go to our website, which is whatarewetalkingabout.lol, and have a good morning. And then we play the EMC outro because that is copyright infringement. Anyway, to you, Trev.
Oh, can I hit it now?
EMC Productions. So I guess that was a random deep cut, but there's a guy, he was in Marine Corps and he played a lot of drums and stuff. And that's how he ends his videos all the time. He's like, and have a good morning. And he plays like a cadence song thing. We'll get him on the podcast. It's fine. Anyway,
I didn't hit record.
Wait, what? You what?